I'm Oliver. Today, we're going to talk about the number one mistake men make on dates. She hates this. So, let's paint a picture of a very modern, very common, and very frustrating first date. You're with a woman you're genuinely interested in. You want to show her you're a modern, respectful guy. So you ask the question you've been taught to ask. So, what do you want to do? Where would you like to go? You think you are being collaborative. You think you are honoring her choice. She replies, "Oh, I don't mind. What do you feel like doing?" And so begins the dance of indecision, a polite but passion killing back and forth that ends with one of you reluctantly picking a place, while the initial spark of excitement slowly dies. You might have noticed that after this exchange, she seems a little less engaged, a little more distant. You can't put your finger on it, but the energy has shifted. Why? You were being the perfect gentleman. You were being nice. But you made the number one mistake that well intentioned men make on dates. A mistake that women often hate, but can rarely articulate why. You created a leadership vacuum, and you forced her to fill it. Today, we are not talking about being a controlling jerk. We are going to explore the fine, powerful art of masculine leadership in dating and relationships. I'll show you why your indecisiveness is so unattractive and how to plan and lead an interaction in a way that makes a woman feel safe, cared for, and wildly attracted to your quiet confidence. So, what is this leadership vacuum? It's the state of indecisiveness where a man abdicates his responsibility to create a plan and lead an interaction, thereby forcing the woman to take on the cognitive and emotional labor of decision making. Let's be clear. A woman is perfectly capable of making a decision. Successful women make high stakes decisions all day in their careers. But in a romantic context, especially in the early stages, she often does not want to. She wants to relax. She wants to be guided. She wants to step out of her masculine problem solving CEO brain and into her feminine, receptive, feeling energy. When you ask, "What do you want to do?" you think you are offering her a choice. But what she often hears is, "I don't have a plan. I need you to do the work of creating our experience." You are giving her a task, not a treat. This does three things that kill attraction. It breaks polarity. As we've discussed, attraction thrives on the difference between masculine direction and feminine flow energy. By forcing her to make the plan, you force her into a masculine logistical role. The polarity collapses. It signals a weak frame. It suggests you don't have a strong sense of your own reality or desires. You are a ship without a rudder, waiting for her to be the captain. It creates stress, not safety. You intended to make her comfortable, but you've actually given her a job to do. This is the opposite of the safe, contained experience that a woman craves from a confident man. Now, I can hear the objection, but if I plan everything, won't she think I'm a controlling, arrogant dictator? This is a common and valid fear, and this is where we must understand the crucial difference between a leader and a dictator. A dictator imposes his will regardless of the other person's input. He doesn't listen. He controls for his own benefit. A leader, on the other hand, takes on the burden of responsibility so that others can have a positive experience. A true leader listens, gathers intelligence, creates a clear plan based on that intelligence, and then executes it with confidence while remaining adaptable. He is not saying, "We are doing my thing and I don't care what you think." He is saying, "I have listened to you. I have a plan to create a wonderful experience for you, and you can relax because I've taken care of the details." This is not control. This is a gift. So, how do you give this gift? Here is a simple three-step protocol for date leadership. Step 1: the reconnaissance phase before you ask her out. A good leader gathers intelligence. Your job in the conversations leading up to a date is to listen for clues. Pay attention. What does she mention? Does she say she loves spicy food? Does she mention she hates loud, crowded bars? Did she say she's always wanted to check out that new art exhibit? These are not just conversational details. This is the data you need to build a successful plan. Jot them down in a note on your phone if you have to. This simple act of remembering what she likes shows that you are attentive, which is a profoundly attractive trait. Step 2. The confident invitation, making the plan. Now that you have your intelligence, you do not use it to ask, "So, do you want to go for Thai food sometime?" That's still weak and non-specific. Instead, you formulate a clear, confident invitation that shows you've listened and you have a plan. Here is the golden formula. I was thinking about what you said about her interest. There's a great type of place I know called specific place. How about I pick you up around time on day and we can go there? Let's see it in action. I was thinking about what you said about loving spicy Thai food. There's a great little spot I know downtown. How about I pick you up around 7 on Friday and we can go there? You have taken on 100% of the cognitive labor of planning and given her a simple, exciting offer to accept. Step 3. Execution and adaptability. Leading the date. Your leadership doesn't stop once she says yes. On the date, your job is to continue to manage the logistics so she can relax into the experience. This means you know how to get to the restaurant. You handle the reservation. You lead the way to the table. You handle the bill smoothly and confidently. You have a loose idea for what you could do after dinner, even if it's just a nice walk. This is where you also show you're not a dictator. You remain present and adaptable. If she's shivering, you don't stick to the plan of a long walk. You say, "You look cold. Let's go find a warm, cozy place for a drink instead." The plan provides the structure, but your presence and attentiveness allow for spontaneity within it. Masculine leadership in a relationship is not about dominance or control. It is a gift. It is the gift of taking on the burden of decision making so that she can feel the pleasure of the experience. It is the gift of creating a safe, well thought out container where she can relax, be present, and show up in her radiant feminine energy. True masculine leadership is subtle. It shows up in the details, making the reservation ahead of time, knowing where to park, having a backup plan if the place is too crowded. These are not grand gestures, but signals of reliability. They tell her, "You are safe with me. I've thought about this. You don't need to worry." And in that safety, she can let go of tension and simply enjoy the connection. She remembers how you made her feel, not how much you spent. A woman does not want another project to manage in her life. In her romantic life, she craves a man who can create a world for her to step into, even if it's just for an evening. When you learn to lead with confident, attentive purpose, you stop being just another nice guy, asking what she wants to do. You become the confident man who creates the experiences she will never forget. What's your biggest fear when it comes to planning a date? Share it in the comments. And if you're ready to learn the art of confident leadership in your relationships, make sure you subscribe.